I always write down what I'm saying. Why do I do that?
You have validity?
No.
So they can turn your words around later, maybe? No?
Nobody turns my words around.
So they're paying attention to what you're writing because we retain it that way a lot easier than you said.
People learn three ways. They learn visually, auditorily, and kinesthetically. That means they do stuff. If I have to get into some numbers here, I'm going to slide my calculator to Steve. I'm going to let Steve do the calculator. Why do I let Steve do the calculator?
You have to control Steve because you're telling him what to punch into the calculator.
No.
So he can learn it.
Like a monkey. Steve's like a monkey.
No.
Because you're making him feel like he's in control. The whole time you're manipulating.
Anything you've been taught about controlling people is bullshit. Unless it's a subprime customer, then it's okay to control them.
Yeah.
Steve, if I try to control you, what's your natural response?
Rebel.
Rebel, defensive, pushback. We don't control people. We should control our process. Okay? There's a big difference between controlling the process and controlling people. I'm going to write, and when I write stuff down, he can't help it. He's not really buying a car. I'm not really selling a car. But where are his eyes going to go every time I put my pen on the paper?
A paper.
Okay? So I'm going to get him involved. He's going to be hearing what I'm saying, and he's going to see what I'm writing down. This stuff is not complicated. It's just stuff that nobody teaches. How did I learn it? About 10 years ago, I started going outside of the automobile business to get sales training because the sales trainers in the automotive world suck for the most part. They're teaching the same shit they were teaching me in 1979.
Yeah, that's right.
And the world has changed. I took a number of classes from insurance companies. Think about this. It's hard enough to close somebody on a $600 a month car that's got every electronic, every cool thing you can imagine, sunroofs, it'll go 145 miles an hour, it's shiny, it smells good. Try trying to close somebody on a $600 life insurance policy. That's a month. And what do they get for that?
Nothing.
Nothing unless they're dead, okay? Then somebody else gets something. That is a much more difficult close than what we do. So I started going to different industries to see how they sell. We've been selling the same. I mean, has the sales process changed since you and I got in the business? Sales process changed? The fundamentals of it? No. We're doing the same stupid shit we were doing in 1979. And we wonder why our grosses are going down. Okay, Steve, thanks for your patience. Look, there's going to be no surprises here. The price you saw is going to be the price you're going to get. But I want to remind you that you're not just getting a Jeep Compass, okay? Don't forget, Chrysler's going to provide you a 36-month, 36,000-mile comprehensive warranty. No money's coming out of your pocket for an automobile repair for the foreseeable future. When it comes to the big items, powertrain, Chrysler's got you for the first 5 years. After that, we've got you for as long as you own the vehicle. Anything goes wrong with that powertrain, including the seals and gaskets, the maximum amount of your repair cost would be $100. I don't know whether you're paying somebody for roadside assistance now. A lot of people have it on their physical damage insurance or their mobile phone bill. Check it. If you do, take it off, because for the next 3 years, 36,000 miles, you got it coming from Chrysler, okay? All that comes with this vehicle. Now, you're also going to get emissions warranties, seatbelt warranties, corrosion warranties. You're well covered.
Well, on the lifetime warranty, does it come with roadside assistance? You going to give me roadside assistance for a lifetime on it?
At the end of 36 months, you're going to need to seek roadside assistance coverage elsewhere, although check with my business manager when you meet him. He may be able to help you with that, okay?
Hey, you heard that, didn't you, honey? All right.
Okay. Now, first things first. The Jeep Compass you picked out, first choice of color, right?
Yeah.
Equipped just the way you said it had to be equipped.
Pretty much.
Okay. If you'll remember, the MSRP was $26,525. We have discounted it $4,750. You own it for $21,775. After your taxes and fees, taking those numbers over here, or what we've done for you is what our customers have asked us to do for them. And quite frankly, what the mortgage industry started doing about 15 years ago. When the interest rates dropped dramatically, thousands of people flooded to the mortgage companies to refinance their homes in hopes of getting a lower payment and a lower interest rate. They all got lower interest rates, but 35% of them left with a higher payment. You know why? The mortgage broker showed them how to save literally hundreds of thousands of dollars by reducing the term from 30 to 20, 30 to 15, even 30 to 10. I can't save you $100,000 today, but I can save you some significant money. This is a short-term payment at 48 months. At 72, the payment's obviously a little bit longer. This one provides you money savings, quicker equity build, which gives you the freedom to trade or sell sooner if you so desire, and you also pay it off quicker, you get the title. This one down here is obviously going to be more comfortable, but it also provides you flexibility because it's a simple interest loan. You can pay it off early without fear of prepayment penalty, gain many of the same benefits you do up here. You just do it in your own time frame. The question I've got for you is we've got 3 cash downs, and by the way, you can always put more down. But of these 3, which one is most comfortable for you?
I really didn't want to put any money down.
I understand you don't want to put any money down. Most people don't. But when it comes to putting money down, all it does is reduce your payment and reduce your finance charges, and I got a feeling you're in on both of those things.
Well, I don't want to finance my taxes, so the most I would put down is $1,000.
Okay, so let's look at this column right here. This payment right here, most people in South Carolina wouldn't even take the time to show you because they wouldn't show you a short-term payment. It's $595. At 72, it drops all the way down to $431, and right here in the middle is what our customers have nicknamed the best of both worlds. At 60 months, your payment will be $496. Put a check mark by the one that works best for you. Okay, that right there. We'll get your new Jeep ready for delivery.
Well, I got a question. I was looking over here at the price, and $47.50 when I checked online is actually the rebates.
Correct me if I'm wrong. We had a conversation about the way dealers price vehicles about an hour and a half ago, correct?
We did.
And I told you that what we do now is we have to put our best price out there right off the bat. Because if we don't get to meet you. We don't get to meet anybody, as a matter of fact. Phones don't ring, email inboxes don't fill up. I explained how everything has changed. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to do if this was 3 or 4 years ago. I've got no problem with it, and I respect it. But I told you 2 things. I told you, A, this would be a pleasant experience. Has it been?
Yes, it has.
And I told you this would be the fastest purchase process of your entire life. You are now slowing it down. I need your okay right there.
Wow.
Well, I'm okay with $1,000 down, and if you're telling me you can't do nothing about the price, you're going to have to do something about this payment because, you know, the most I would have wanted to do payment-wise would have been like $375.
Okay. Hey, look. The fact that you want a lower payment is evidence that you're a perfectly normal human being, okay? Everybody does. Other than the payment, though, everything else is fine. Nothing else stops you from taking delivery today, correct?
No, I like the car.
Okay. You know, Stephen, while you're going to write a $431 check to a lender every single month, sign it, and send it to that lender, you, in fact, are not going to pay $431 a month for this Jeep Compass. Okay? Now that sounds a little nuts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Have you ever read or heard one of these finance counselors talking about how to save money, and the first thing they tell you is you've got to move yourself up. If you wait to the end of the month to try to save money, what are you going to save?
Nothing.
But if you save money early in the month, you're going to save successfully. Everybody knows that automobiles depreciate, but not everybody knows that there's a savings element to every single payment someone makes for a vehicle. For example, you've got a $431 a month payment at 72 months, okay? At the end of 72 months, you're going to send that last check in. You're going to do a hip hip hooray. In fact, if you call me and you're a drinking man, I'll buy you a bottle of champagne. But what comes back in the mail?
My title.
Your title. Now, the question I've got for you is, if you drive this Jeep Compass like you are supposed to drive it, you don't do anything special, you don't put it in the garage and park it, but you drive it like you plan on driving it. You don't crash it and trash it, you just treat it regularly. You don't take any special care of it. It is a $26,000 vehicle. You're not paying that, but that's what residuals are based on. What do you think it'll be worth 6 years from today?
Half.
That would make it worth about $12,000, right? So what comes back in the mail is a piece of paper that's only got your name on it. There is no lien. You've got a $12,000 piece of paper that, you know, behaves just like one really expensive piece or a share of stock, because you could trade this, couldn't you?
Yes.
You could sell it, and you could borrow against it. If you've got a $12,000 free and clear asset and you finance it for 72 months, I've got a question. Take $12,000 and divide it by 72.
$166.
You know what that 166 represents? The amount of your payment each month that is going straight to your title. Okay? It's not staying with the bank. Take 431 and subtract 166 from it. $431 minus 166.
264.
Stephen, your net payment on this Compass is $264 a month. I need you to okay that right there.
So what you're telling me is I'm paying I'm paying $431,
Yes, sir.
but $264 of it is my actual payment, and $166 is going toward my equity.
Yes, sir.
Well, I got to tell you, I like the way that sounds, but that's all in sound. We can't afford more than, I mean, we might be able to do 400, but I'm telling you, budget-wise, we just can't afford more than $400 a month.
All right. You've got a vehicle right now that it's got 170,000 miles on it, and it's 13 years old. All right. I don't know what you're spending on it from a maintenance standpoint or from a repair standpoint. I can tell you this. You know who J.D. Power is?
Yes.
J.D. Power says the best years and miles of a vehicle's life are the first 3 years and 30,000 miles. You're way past that. J.D. Power says, as a consumer, you should budget $85 a month for additional maintenance and repairs as soon as it's out of warranty. You're way out of warranty. Take 431 and subtract 85. And again, you know the repair bills better than I do. I'm going to use just an average number.
346.
That's the net amount coming out of your pocket. 346. Are you writing a check for 431? Yes, you are. But are you saving money in repairs? You're not going to pay for a repair for the foreseeable future. Your net payment's 264. Any other options or accessories you'd like to add to this before you take delivery?
No, I just want to get the hell out of here. Where else on?
Right there.
And that's pretty real. That's probably how it goes majority of the time.
The number one response to this net payment thing is, do that again.
Yeah.
Do that again. How many customers look at a payment like that?
None of them.
No car salesman in the United States I've ever met, no manager has ever looked at a payment like that. I think I mentioned this yesterday. I never had either until I was with a group of Harley-Davidson salespeople and managers, and they showed it to me.
Yeah, because Harley held equity.
75% after 3 years.
Yeah.
Well, but isn't this the truth? What's easier to say yes to, 431 or 264?
264.
Here's what, when I sit down in front of a customer, all I'm trying to do is make it easy for them to say yes. When this won't work is if he, in fact, could not afford to write a $431 a month check.
Yep.
If he absolutely couldn't, I put him on the wrong vehicle. Otherwise, why are people bitching about payments? That's what they're trained to do. Because most people do this. Well, could you put some more cash down?
Not happening.
Okay, and you want to be at 375? Up to?
No more than 400.
And if the world was coming to an end and you had to stretch, how could you do it? This kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I go back to the sales desk. And if I reduce it to 421 times 72, that's $720 worth of gross that
Yep.
I just gave away. Now, I don't know what your pay plan is. What, give me a number up as a percentage.
They get 20%, and then they get 30%
Let's
if they
use,
do.
so that's $144.
It's front end 25.
Well, I'll just use 20. That's $144 you as a salesperson gives up without a
Just
fight.
pissed away.